All right, we're here today with Ethan Kolb, one of our newest members of the C2 Realty Group. Ethan just got his license in August and graduated boot camp here with us in August as well. He's only been licensed, that means for 6 weeks, and off to a really hot start, has a monster pipeline, and has already signed up 10 investment partner accounts. So Ethan, welcome, and thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you having me.
Definitely. So kind of to kick things off, what was your background before joining C2 Realty Group?
Yeah, so I was born and raised in Merced. I've always been a Central Valley kid. So I went to Fresno State for college, and I've always really had an interest in real estate, especially the investing portion of real estate. I believe when we met in February, that's kind of the main talking points that we really hit on and clicked on was how to invest and really get into the game and understand the knowledge behind what to invest in. I was nervous about it at the beginning, but I kind of thought this should be a good pathway into really learning about what I want to do for my future.
Yeah, I remember you and I had quite a few talks about the risk of getting into real estate, going into full commission only job. And
Yeah.
also we talked about the opportunity kind of at hand and how big this role in your business could grow. So can you tell us a little bit about those hesitations initially and what was kind of making you nervous about it?
I think the biggest thing is I've always grown up, especially with my parents. One of my parents is a paralegal, another one, works at UC Merced. So very 9 to 5 job. And that's kind of, my thinking, especially coming out of college. I get a 9 to 5 job. That's the regular pathway to go. But at the end of the day, I really thought about it and I thought, I'm young and I need to really take opportunities like this in hand and really make the most of what I can do so I can figure out what I want to do in the future, especially if I'm interested in something like real estate and real estate investing.
Absolutely. Those that take the biggest risks reap the biggest rewards. And so somebody with an entrepreneurial spirit like yourself and really wanting to get into real estate investing quickly, it's huge to be able to take those risks early in your career before you have kids and all these responsibilities that go into it. So I really commend you for getting out quickly and doing that as well. And then I remember you and I hit it off from the start when we met at that career fair. I've been traveling around to all these different career fairs through Northern California, and you were one of my favorite people I met, and we just hit off right away because you were just so interested in real estate investing, and we shared some ideas immediately about ways you could maximize it or do it quickly before different types of loans that you could obtain. And so
Yeah.
we were kind of looking at having really different paths of getting into real estate because we both, when I was first starting, I also wanted to get into real estate just because I wanted to become an investor. And so the best way to kind of get that hands-on experience was to just go and work in the industry. And so I think that was very similar for you of the best way to learn how to invest is first to just start working with some investors, right?
Yeah. No, and I remember one of the first things you told me was about the investor partner track. And that really got me interested in, seeing the value of what this position can really provide because, through that, I've been able to not only meet a lot of great people and, meet a lot of really great investors, but also learn about, what the certain price points are, how the cash flow works, how the loans on different properties, investment properties work. And, I feel as though because of that, I'm a lot more better off than I was, I'm a lot better off than I was 4 or 5 months ago.
Definitely. And you've already had huge amount of success, made a huge amount of really good relationships with investors, different buyers, sellers. I think you have your first listing appointment today, even only 6 weeks in the industry, already going on a listing appointment. So that's huge.
Yeah.
So with these 6 weeks that you've been licensed and graduated from boot camp, how has business been for you so far?
Busy. I was gonna say that one word, just busy. But you know what?
Yeah.
Busy is good though. I love busy. That's kind of the thing I thrive off of. I'd rather be busy and grinding, working hard, than just sitting at home and behind a computer screen. I remember this is one of the things we've always talked about that I'm not a huge guy that just loves to be behind a screen on a Zoom or on online, whatever it is. I like to just meet with clients, really provide value to people that I want to work with. And I think that's one of the biggest things that I take away from this whole position and, helping people is that I want to get out there in the field, be busy and work hard for them.
Yeah. And helping people is really the core of everything. And since
Yeah.
that's such an important value that you have, it makes kind of this job like you're just going out and having fun talking to people you love talking to. So very
Yeah.
much you've invested in the relationship side of the business very, very quickly.
No, exactly. And I think it's always just because I really take away from my parents. My mom and dad, they bought their house literally 25, 30 years ago. And I always think about that. If I can help somebody else buy their forever home, that's a win in my book, right? Because that's the kind of opportunity that family is going to have for the rest of their life, that they can just really build a family and enjoy. And I want to be part of that whole process.
That's amazing. I love that, Ethan. So can you tell me a little bit about your experience in boot camp, your 6-week boot camp that you undertook?
Sum it up in one word, it was vigorous. Especially the beginning portion, because I believe that was it 5 days straight, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then we had the next Monday back in Carmel there, and it was a very long boot camp, but at the end of it, I learned a lot, and I still look back on the references and the information that we talked about, and I use a lot of that information today for a lot of my clients. So it's been really helpful.
Absolutely. And sometimes in life, if we want to grow, the best way to do that is each and every day approach something that's hard for us and then
Yeah.
attack it with that enthusiasm that you have in order to have that growth, just that little bit of growth each and every day. So really great job always getting through the boot camp and then now getting to the part where you're having fun out there in the field talking to people.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So far you've already closed 10 investment partner deals and you have, I believe, 6 investors already in your pipeline. You're going on another listing appointment today. What has been your secret to success so far?
Honestly, it's just been a lot of grinding and hard work, hustling for a lot of my clients. I'm not a morning person myself, so I usually just wake up at 8 o'clock, like most people do. But at the end of the day, I'm going to bed most likely 1 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes I'll send my clients listings at say 11 o'clock at night, and I'm like, hey, check this out. This is a great house. I think that you're gonna love this. An investment. I always try to check the MLS every single morning just to make sure I'm extremely up to date on every single property that comes through, especially the investment properties, because as you know yourself, right? The fix and flip, those things go quick. It's like that. Within 2 days, it's already in escrow. So I have to be very on top of that and making sure that I'm able to provide my clients with the most up-to-date information as I possibly can. And I'm excited about that. I love doing that every morning.
So I want to zero in on what you just said, that you're excited, enthusiastic every single morning when you get it on to hop on that MLS and hunt for these investment deals. Where do you think that burning desire and that excitement and love comes from?
I think it just comes from the mystery of it all. I see the same listings more or less every single day. I'm very up to date with the MLS. I know the houses that's been on the market for 55 days. I call the listing agent up. I kind of get the information on it. And then once I have that information for myself, it's just in the back of my head and I keep periodic updates on it. But, when I wake up in the morning, I see the 100+ listings. I'm like, yes, that is a new adventure because I have, my client list, and every single time I see a new listing, I'm thinking, perfect. That's a 4-bed, 2-bath, 2,500 square feet. This is exactly what they're looking for. Or this
Yeah.
is a great fix and flip. I'm gonna send this to my guy, Nick, right across here, and we're gonna try to make a deal on it. So to me, that's just the best way I know how to provide value, is being the most knowledgeable and up-to-date person that I can be for them.
Yeah. Opportunity awaits every morning and on that hot sheet for you, huh?
Oh, and you know what? At the end of the day, too, you lose every single opportunity that you don't see. And that's kind of my
Yeah.
mindset on it. So I make sure that I can see it so they can see it.
So true. So true. So I know it's only been 6 weeks so far, but you've got to try a lot of different things in these 6 weeks. What has been your favorite lead pillar to get business from?
Yeah, man, that's a really tough one for me. I have a few here. So I would say right off the bat, it's probably going to be the investment partner leads and the Zillow Instant Connect ones. And that's just because, I've had a lot of success so far, especially through the investment partner ones. I've met a lot of great people, especially investors too, that I've been able to, really work into, providing value for them, put them in my pipeline for myself. And then in terms of the Zillow Connect, I'm always really just able to connect with those people one-on-one. I shoot them a text, we have a phone call meeting, and then, we're able to meet fairly quickly, like the next couple of days after that. And I think once we meet in person, they're able to really see the value I can provide for them, but also I can see if we're going to be a good fit. Because at the end of the day, I want to work with people that want to work with me too. And the last one, just based off of cold calling, is going to be my for rent by owners. I love doing that. Super. I'm not going to say it's an easy lead source. It's a lot of grinding for it, but I go on the hot sheets on Zillow, whatever it is I use. I have like 4 different sites and I find them. I have so many great conversations with all these investors and owners. And, even if I'm not able to close on them, it's okay, because I just enjoy talking to them and finding their journey.
I think that's one of the reasons why you're finding so much success, is because you're approaching the relationship as much as you're approaching the transaction. And so even if you're able to make connections with people and learn from them, you're seeing that as a win. And so that's just so amazing that you're kind of focused on both the productive side of the business, making money, but also the productive side of making these relationships. And the relationships are what really going to drive your business in the future. So having that foresight is so awesome. And then I also love to hear that you like the for rent by owners, because it's very similar to the way Kevin and I built our business initially just 10 years ago too. So I love seeing us on the same path there.
Mm-hmm.
So far, what's been your favorite part of joining C2 Realty Group?
It's honestly been the team atmosphere and seeing its growth since I first started. I believe I was officially hired on correct me on this, it's like April, May-ish or so.
Yeah.
And since then, I've seen my group come in. I believe we had around 11 people or so. And, we all very close. We learned a lot during that, stretch of boot camp there for the 6-7 weeks. And then, I know right now you currently have another group of like 9 people or so that's coming on. And that's been a really great experience for me, just because I love to see the business grow and really expand to its boundaries, right? And, to add on to that too, I love being, one of the people that are able to create a foundation in Fresno here, especially for the C2 group, because I believe that Fresno is a fantastic market and we're just only growing from here. So I hope me and the rest of the team, we can really grow something a lot bigger for ourselves.
And with you kind of at the helm in the leadership position moving forward, I'm very confident we're going to be able to do that. So we're excited to the things that you can add to the team as a leader as well as a producer. So kind of last question for you here, Ethan, is what's next for 2024 for you?
Yeah, that's a loaded question. So in terms of the business aspect, I have a ton of aspirations. First and foremost, my goal is to service and help my clients the best way I can. And that's just by creating the relationships that I've hopefully already created with them. And, at the end of the day, I want to keep myself informed and close some deals. That's kind of the name of the game, right? I want to close good deals. In terms of the investment partner track, my goal is to, might be kind of lofty, but shoot for 70 houses, 70 doors. I know that me and Keith and I, the operations manager here, we're working together to potentially close a bigger apartment complex here in Fresno as well. So that's kind of a, really top end goal for ourselves. I hope that we're able to do it. And I think that'd be great for the business too.
Absolutely. Yeah. I feel really confident with the success you found so far, already signing up 10 accounts in 6 weeks. I think 70 is very much in your sights.
I hope so. And, I work really hard for that. And I think it's just a really fun way to do it. I love doing it. Those are some of my favorite leads because they're fun to talk to. These people have great aspirations, and my goal is to just really make their aspirations come true with the investment partner side of it.
Absolutely. Well, Ethan, thanks for coming on and chat with me today. We're so excited about how your career has already started and can't wait to see where you take all of this.
I appreciate the talk, Kyle. Thank you.